In the early 2000s, a single technology company ruled the globe from this massive campus in Finland, acting as the pride of European innovation. At their peak, they controlled more than half of the entire global mobile phone market, generating billions in profit year after year. Their devices were universally recognizable. Phones like the Nokia 3310 had batteries that lasted for weeks, and plastic frames so durable they eventually became a permanent internet meme. Then, on January 9, 2007, Steve Jobs stepped onto a stage in California and pulled a device out of his pocket featuring a large glass screen and no physical keyboard. The public narrative suggests that Apple's iPhone killed Nokia because the Finnish giant simply failed to innovate, but the timeline of their collapse reveals a darker reality. Nokia completely destroyed themselves from the inside out, driven by a toxic culture brewing in their own boardroom. Inside Nokia's engineering labs, the iPhone launch initially triggered laughter rather than panic. Nokia's engineers dismissed the device as a fragile piece of hardware with weak 2G networks and poor call quality. This flowchart outlines Nokia's fatal technical divide. Their phones ran on Symbian, an aging OS built for physical buttons. As competitors advanced rapidly, Nokia's engineers were trapped. Writing one new feature took months, while Apple took days. Desperate to show investors they could compete, upper management demanded impossible timelines, forcing their teams to rush half-baked touchscreen phones to the market. By focusing entirely on their indestructible hardware, Nokia's leadership missed the fact that the industry had shifted to a software-first battlefield. This intense pressure to compete with Apple created a toxic corporate culture built on fear. Middle managers faced a choice: tell the executives that Symbian was broken and risk being fired, or lie to keep their jobs. This slide represents the type of falsified data that's circulated through the company. Teams presented the board with beautiful PowerPoint decks filled with manipulated timelines that masked the severe decay of the Symbian operating system. While engineering staff remained paralyzed by the technical reality, upper executives operated on the assumption that every milestone was being met. This broken feedback loop created a catastrophic strategic blind spot, leaving executives to steer a billion-dollar empire based on the lies of terrified staff. When the facade finally shattered, Nokia hired a former Microsoft executive named Stephen Elop as their new CEO to attempt a turnaround. Elop sent a memo to the entire company, comparing Nokia's situation to a worker standing on a burning oil platform, surrounded by freezing ocean water. He decided the company had to jump. Elop scrapped all of Nokia's internal software development to partner exclusively with Microsoft. The result was an unmitigated disaster. Consumers rejected the Windows Phone interface, and Nokia's sales plummeted. In 2013, Nokia sold its entire mobile phone division to Microsoft for a mere fraction of what the company was once worth. Nokia's downfall proves that limitless resources and legendary hardware are useless if a toxic culture punishes the truth. Arrogance remains the fastest way to destroy an empire.